Friendship breakups hurt just as bad as breakups in an actual relationship, if not worse. Let's talk about it. Hey girl, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. It is Michaela, your virtual internet bestie, and we are back with another video. Y'all already know the drill. Get cozy, get your snacks, get your drinks, cause we finna get into the conversation. Y'all, no wine tonight. It's TT time of the month. So we just gonna light the candle tonight and have a little bottle of water. Okay, y'all, the candle lit. I didn't want to go the water route, I feel like that's a little too opposite, so I just got me a little poppy soda. I poured it in this wine glass, matched the aesthetic. So yeah, let's chat. So y'all, tonight's topic is friendship breakups. This is a topic that every girl can relate to, and every girl knows how it feels. The pain that comes with a friend breakup, somebody that you love, somebody that was like a sister to you, somebody that you spent majority of your time with, and it's just like, damn, we really not like that no more. We really have to go our separate ways. It sucks. Top 3 most painful feelings. Yeah. Let me tell y'all why it's kind of up there with like a breakup in an actual relationship. Because, it's one thing with men. We expect men to disappoint us at some point. We expect, we already know that more than likely a relationship, hopefully it do last, but we know more than likely, we probably eventually gonna go our own ways. But it's like a friendship, you expect them to be in your life forever. Like, damn, I really have to stop. I really have to stop talking to you. Like, we really can't be how we were, And then y'all, it's one thing to outgrow somebody and y'all go y'all separate ways, but it's a whole nother level of hurt when they betray you, like you of all people. Okay, y'all, so first let's talk about the loneliness after the friendship ends. You miss the little routine that y'all had. You miss talking to them every day. You miss the little inside jokes that y'all had. Say you're just out doing something and then something that you see or hear kind of reminds you of them. You want to text them, but it's like, you can't, Like, you be wanting to just tell them, like, guess what just happened? But you can't. Okay, so my question to y'all is, do y'all believe in rekindling friendships? Like somebody that you was close with? For me personally, it just really depends on what happened. Like if it's something dumb, that we can get over, then okay. This is stupid. We just didn't see eye to eye. We ain't talk for a while. Okay, we can probably move past it. But if you did something disloyal to me, like talk to my man behind my back, talked about me or just, stuff like that, then no, we can't rekindle that. Cause why would you do me like that? There's just some things that you don't do. And you would think that, being that our bond, how close we are, that you would take me into consideration to not do it, but you did it anyway. So no, we can't rekindle. If you did something, basically, if you did something that I wouldn't do to you, then no, we can't rekindle. If you do something that's objectively and morally wrong, no, we cannot rekindle. Because why would you do me like that? I thought that we were better than that. So yeah, But like I said, if it's something dumb, like we had a disagreement or, we kind of bumped heads, we didn't see eye to eye on something, okay. But like I said, all that disloyal stuff, all that moving funny, no, we can't rekindle. Matter of fact, let me tell y'all my 3 biggest deal breakers in relationships. Number 1 is, this one right here kind of controversial, but we're going to talk about it. So number 1 is talking to people that I got a problem with. Okay, we're going to talk about that one more. Number 2 is you dealing with somebody that I deal with on a romantic level or that I used to deal with. Duh, that's girl code. And number 3, you get on social media if we having problems. That's self-explanatory. Okay, let's talk about number 1, because I know a lot of people feel kind of iffy about that. Let me ask y'all, how do y'all feel about people that you're cool with hanging out with people that you have a problem with or that don't like you? Me personally, we can't, no, I'm gonna have to kind of deal with you separate. I'm gonna kind of have to deal with you differently. Number one, I done had personal experiences with this on multiple occasions where it didn't end good. So that's number one. Number two, why? Like, you know, it's just about loyalty at the end of the day. You can have, okay, you can have your opinion on it. I'm gonna have my opinion on it. Okay, look, this is just how I feel about it. In my humble opinion, I wouldn't do you like that. I would never do nothing that would I would never put my friend in a position where she would be uncomfortable by hanging out with people that she doesn't care for. And when I say don't care for, it's one thing to just dislike somebody. You can have your own reasons to dislike them, but if they did something to personally harm me and you still hanging out with them, I don't care. Anybody would feel some type of way about that. Yeah, because it's not a child. People try to say that it's childish. No, it's a human thing. I don't think that it's childish. If you can handle that, okay, you're mature, okay, but you can be mature. But at the end of the day, I feel like there's really no right or wrong answer on how to handle that. It just all depends on the said person. But it's not a childish thing. It's a human thing. Y'all hear how passionate I'm getting about this? That's a big no-no for me. Because the way how I look at it, this is why I feel that way. Like I said, I wouldn't do nothing that makes my friend feel uncomfortable. I would not hang out with nobody that has personally harmed my friend or has, you know, or has a vendetta or just a problem with my friend. I would not be in their face. Now, let's say, okay, now I can understand what people say, like, it's kind of up in the air when it's like a situation where everybody is friends and then them two had their problems. And you know, like you were already cool with the person before that, and they're having problems, like all of y'all was cool, and then they kind of get to having problems, then okay, when it comes to stuff like that, and it can kind of be worked out, you know, my name Benny. I know how to compartmentalize. Don't bring them up to me on both sides. Do not bring them up to me. My name is Benny. Y'all gonna handle that, and y'all gonna work it out. But say we are all cool, and you do something like sleep with that girl, man, or something like that, I'm gonna stop talking to you because number one, why would you do your friend like that? And then number two, it's a moral thing at the end of the day. It's like a question of judgment. It's like a question of your morals. Are you gonna do me like that? So no. It just, like I said, it just all depends on the context. But I don't think it's childish at all to not want to hang around somebody who hangs out with people who have personally tried to harm you. Or, you know, just going out your way to be cool with somebody, all of a sudden now that your friend has a problem with them. Is you cool? No, I would never be. If that's mature, I would never be that mature. So to each his own, but yeah, that's just me. So yeah, that's a big no-no for me. Then, like I said, number two, you know, talking to somebody that I used to talk to or do talk to. And then, yeah, number three, you getting on social media if we having problems because we too old for that, you know? Like, this could have been talked about. We could have handled this like adults. You know, you getting on social media throwing shots and all that. Like, I don't know this person. What you acting like that for? Basically, if I wouldn't do it to you, don't do it to me. I wouldn't do that to you. I would not talk to nobody that you used to talk to or that you do talk to. And I wouldn't go on social media about you. And I wouldn't hang out with people that tried to harm you. So yeah, those are just my big 3 deal breakers. What's y'all's? Let me know. Okay, this one kind of controversial too. Let me just tell y'all. Y'all know like the saying, you'll cut your friend off, but you'll get a man 4 or 5 chances. You'll give him so many chances, but you cut me off the second I did something wrong. I low-key don't care for that one too, but I'm gonna tell you why. I feel like at the end of the day, to each his own, let me just say that, but at the end of the day, you're really not supposed to be talking to that man either. So, you know when they say, you know the saying, people know when they had enough. She gonna eventually cut the man off too. It's just gonna take her a little bit longer. I'm not saying that it's okay to treat somebody like that. You just cut your friend off and then, but like you still giving him chances. I'm just saying I don't agree with the topic because, you know, when it comes to like romantic dynamics, your emotions are involved. You're not thinking clearly, and it brings me back to the point. People are gonna know when they had enough. So when you cut off a friend, you're thinking more logically because your emotions aren't invested in them. So it's kind of easier to kind of spot like how you should or shouldn't be treated and cut them off. So with the man, don't worry, his time coming too. It's just gonna take maybe a little bit longer because at the end of the day, I really don't have to be around either one of y'all if y'all are treating me bad. So Yeah, and then like how they say, like, it be like with like cutting a friend off, sometimes it do be like little build-ups, like they've been doing like little micro stuff, and then you just get tired and cut them off altogether. From my viewpoint, at the end of the day, I'm really not supposed to be talking to either one of y'all if y'all are hurting me. But like I said, I'm gonna cut him off too. It just might take a little longer, but people do know when they had enough. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. How do y'all feel? Let me know. I will love you from a distance, but I can't be around you. Like some of my friendships that ended, I still do miss them, and I still do think about them. You know, like I think I see something that reminds me of them, but I can't talk to them no more because of how stuff ended. And you know, it sucks, but it is what it is. You know, just because you miss somebody, it doesn't mean that you have to start back talking to them. It's just a hard pill to swallow. You know, you just have to let the past be the past and just enjoy the memories that y'all had together. But at the same time, let it be just dead memories. You don't have to rekindle everything. You literally have to know when your time in somebody's life is up. You know, when your time has just run its course in their life and vice versa. And again, it sucks, but it is what it is. What are you gonna do? Try to beat a dead horse? Try to force something that's not there anymore? Like the vibe is gone. The trust is broken, or it's just not the same. It is what it is. You know, it's life. You know, we have to meet new people. We have to grow and evolve. You know, we have to make those new experiences. Yep. And let me tell y'all want to know when it hurt the most. When you get betrayed, when you saw the signs, you just chose to ignore them because you didn't want it to be true. You tried to give them the benefit of the doubt because you know how y'all once were. You know, you try to stay hopeful and it just happened anyway. I always say, don't nothing happen randomly. There will always be signs of how somebody is moving before something big just happens, and you're forced to stop talking to them. Then y'all want to know what's so annoying when somebody keep doing all this little micro stuff, then you finally cut them off, then they want to act like a fucking victim, bro. Like, do you not see how you move? And then they want to go around acting like you the worst person in the world because you cut them off. Bro, you was doing disloyal shit. Am I supposed to just... People don't want to take a look in the mirror. It was literally a build-up. And you think I'm finna sit around and deal with this? I don't have to deal with this. Bro, look at how you acting. Would you want somebody to treat you that way? No. I do not have to deal with this. No. So, yeah. And you know, sometimes you just outgrow people, or you know, y'all just outgrow each other. Like, you know, one person still stagnant, I want to say, still stuck on doing the same stuff, and it's just not as funny to you anymore. You know, you're trying to just develop as a person. You know, you're trying to grow into who you're supposed to be. You know, you're trying to evolve, you're trying to do something with yourself, and they still on the same stuff. Like, you know, everybody cannot go with you. Or, you know, some people just turn into flat out haters, you know, and that's the saddest thing ever. Like, you my sister, I want to see both of us win. I want to take you with me. I want to go with you. Like, but it's life. But yeah, I always say that's the saddest thing to me. It's just outgrowing people, because it's like you reminisce on the old times, and then y'all still trying to make it work, but it's just not there anymore, trying to force a vibe. Yeah, it's just, you know, it's sad, but you know, it's life. We just have to meet new people and continue to evolve. So yeah, let's talk about something lighter. With that being said, it is game time. Y'all already know, would you rather? Put your answers in the comments. Let's do it. Okay. Would you rather pause this time in your life or fast forward through it? To be honest, I would definitely fast forward this part of my life right now. Because for me personally, this is like the gray area. You know, like the job I'm at is just not giving right now. You know, I'm just ready to just go back to school and, you know, kind of just get life going for real. And, you know, just dealing like with toxic people. Like, I'm just ready to get to the next point in my life. But I know that, you know, everything is going to happen when it's supposed to. But yeah. Yep. Okay. Would you rather live a dangerous and exciting life or a safe and boring one? Dangerous and exciting me, please. YOLO. So we gonna do that dangerous and exciting life. Something new every day, something scary. Let's take some risks. Let's do it. Yeah. Dangerous and exciting. Safe and boring? No. Okay. Would you rather have no emotions or feel every single emotion intensely? no emotions. No emotions. But y'all know, like, with the only thing with no emotions is you probably couldn't feel like happy stuff, neither like have fun. But I don't care. That's better than like feeling every single thing. Like somebody do something, you like say somebody didn't hold the door open for you. Now you feel it so intensely. Now you crying about it. No, like the little small stuff. I can just imagine the big stuff. So no, we gonna do the no emotions. Okay. Would you rather trust everyone always or never trust anyone ever? Probably trust everyone always, because I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I do have trust. It's like it kind of does take me a while to open up to people, because I do have trust issues. So with that being said, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes this shit is draining. Like always kind of on edge, like never trust anybody ever. You're gonna be on edge all the time. So I would just rather, you know, go in with the best intentions, you know, optimistic, and if it happens, it happens. But you know, you probably might not learn the lesson after, but at least you still going in optimistic. At least your attitude's still good. So yeah. Okay, girl, it is now time for self-care 101. So with that being said, from today's video, this is just your sign to stop checking for people who not checking for you. Protect your peace always. You know, self-care is not always just, you know, the showers, the face masks, the wine, the watching TV. No, that is protecting your peace, you know. Not being around people who drain you, people who bring out the worst version of you, people who always have you feeling like you're walking on eggshells. No. Stop entertaining chaotic people. Stop arguing with people, and just stop explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Those type of people should never be in your space ever. I don't care about the bond. I don't care about the history. If they change, they change. Accept who they are now and move forward. It's not about who they used to be. It's about who they are now, what you're showing and what they're showing you now. So yeah, please protect your peace. This is your space. You have the power to decide who is in it, and please choose wisely, because it does affect how you feel about yourself. Yeah, it really does. Just like a toxic relationship, like say a person is treating you so horribly, you're gonna feel like you don't deserve the best. The same with people. People really do. You're gonna feel like you're not worthy of much. And that's the same, that goes for people too. Like people around you, they can really make you feel bad about yourself. Protect your peace and protect your space. That is the ultimate form of self-care, girl. Okay, girl, so that wraps up this video. If you liked it, be sure to like and subscribe. I hope B-Day season has been treating everybody well. And yeah, I just hope that you all have a good week, okay? Same time next Friday. You bring the wine, I'll bring the conversation. We might do wine, I don't know. We gonna see. Green tea or wine, we gonna see, I don't know. Okay, girl, so I will see you next week. Bye.